Omo, it be like say the flights wey carry astronauts go Jupiter. E be like say that other astronaut on Jupiter. Now na astronaut now dey hustle the way you go take from Jupiter come back to Earth. I go lie for you. I say fisherman here, wey go catch fish for river normally. E don sound like you no dey see e boat, you no dey see e net. Even the fish wey you don go catch before say you no dey see the fish. Now fisherman and I dey negotiate with the fishes of the river. Make dem for no sell and give the gods of the river. No na. Barely 2 days ago here, His Excellency the Governor of Kaduna State, Governor Nasir El-Rufai, came on national TV and said he believed that there are forces at the presidency that doesn't want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the president of Nigeria. I feel say that one na even big pass. But as we talk just now, so Femi Fani-Kayode, they TV they cry. The same cry they cry. Say APC and presidency don't abandon Tinubu. See, you and I are sorry for. You when they kill, they follow these people, and you are the sorry for. Your children just come back from strike, just like they just resumed school before Xmas year after 8 months. But when aviation staff, when they strike for 2 days, that December year now, when they strike for 2 days, when big man not fly, they resume the strike. But you, when they struggle to this guy because they don't give you 10,000, they queue behind your leader. Your leader won't make Atiku see the president. I will lie for you, bro. I will lie for you. I go play the video just now, beg. I beg, if in case I shout for anybody, just I'm gonna first, I beg. Subscribe to my page, watch this video, and share. I beg. Let 2023 election be a game changer. See, we don't too suffer now. What did they happen to you, bro? What did they happen to you now?
Let me allow you to listen to some of the sound bites that are coming. First is that of Governor Nasir El-Rufai. I'd like you to listen. Perhaps you watched it, but take a listen to what he said earlier today.
I believe that there are elements in the villa that want us to lose the elections because they didn't get their way. They had their candidate. Their candidate didn't win the primaries. And I think they are still trying to get us to lose the elections. And they are hiding behind the president's desire to do what he thinks is right.
A few people within our own ranks are not too comfortable with the emergence of our candidate and are clearly working against us. Now, let me tell you what that doesn't mean. That does not mean that the president himself is working against the candidate. That's out of it. I don't think anybody has said that or is suggesting that. However, like in any organization, any institution, there are a few people within that place that, for reasons best known to themselves, are clearly trying their very best to engineer policy in a way that will affect the fortunes of our candidates and of our party. And I think that's probably what Nasir El-Rufai was trying to say. Some of them are in the villa, others are heading institutions that are under the government, that were never part of PDP anyway, and that's always the problem. My own view, and I've said this for quite some time, that there is some kind of conspiracy going on. It is not every person that is working in the villa that is a member of the APC. I've been in government before. They may be, they may not be. And I, can assure you that even if they are, they have their own inclinations, they have their own motivations. There are others that simply have a situation whereby they just don't want Asiwaju to be president. There are some people like that. It's a personal choice that people make. And when you're in a position of power, only God knows your heart. Only God knows what you're thinking. Just like Shakespeare said, it's a very difficult thing to know. It's a difficult thing to see the mind's construction in the face. You don't know what people think. Well, what you do know is this. If you're in government or if you're in a party together, there ought to be a collective interest. 95 to 99% of. So all these distractions for us is very disturbing because we are working and people are plotting night and day in order to create obstacles in our path to ensure this transition does not go smooth.
What is the end goal of these people? Are they working for another candidate?
Well, this, like I said, I guess it varies. My own view, and this is just my view, is that some are, but I don't see how that's going to go very well, given the fact that the opposition are really so weak when it comes to, what's going on the ground.
Which candidate could they have been working
I'm
for?
saying that some of them may be working for those that I consider to be very weak, like Atiku. I don't think he's a strong candidate, like I've said before. But I don't even think that's the major issue. My own view is that there is an attempt, in my view, and this is just my personal opinion, to create chaos in this country for everybody. And I knew as far back as Christmas that this is what they were going to do. It will lead to nothing but suffering, resentment, hatred of not just the ruling party. And this is why those on the other side don't get it, but of every single member of the ruling class. And you're trying to provoke an uprising in this country to ensure that everything scatters and this transition does not go anywhere. That's what I think is going on. And I'm sitting on your program today pointedly accusing the governor of central bank of having a hidden agenda. I've never known of a governor of central bank that will be outside the country, challenge the security agencies, come back, ready to be arrested, and he's being guarded by soldiers. Who posted the soldiers there, and how come he has that kind of power? I've never known a governor of central bank who was summoned to come to the House of Reps how many times until the time, and he refused to go until the time they threatened him with arrest, and he quickly went there and made a few concessions and said, okay, I'll postpone for a few days, I'll postpone to the 17th. Mark my words, it will be very difficult for people to get new notes until after the election because there's a hidden agenda as far as I'm concerned. They'll tell you, oh, the commercial banks are not releasing notes. It's not it's a lie. The truth of the matter is that they will not release those notes to the commercial banks because there's a hidden agenda. And there's so much more to this. That's just one front. There are other fronts in which they're fighting democracy and fighting us all. And as far as I'm concerned, this is not for any political party. It is simply for those that are interested in having an ING in this country. Well, definitely there will be anger if this continues. And there is anger there. But the question is this: who will it affect? It will affect not just us, it will affect the whole political class. That's number one. Number two, the reason these people are doing these things, manipulating all these things and creating all these problems at this stage in an election month, is simply to enrage the people, not just against the ruling party, but in my view, against the whole political class. There's far more to this than meets the eye. I've already accused one person on your program today of being somebody that I would not trust with a barge pole, and that is the governor of central bank, because I question his motives for coming up with this policy as at now. He may do it later, but why now? But apart from him,
when you say within the presidency, because Governor Erufai was very specific.
Yes.
That those who are around in the villa,
okay, you're
not
talking
outside
about
the
those
villa.
within the villa.
Who are those in the villa?
I also happen to have identified one or two people, just a very small handful, but I'm not prepared to say
who
that
are those people.
No, rather it is the president that will hear who they are from those from us that have access to him. Listen, I've told you since last Christmas, I knew this was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen.